Schumer's comedy specials. Why do you like to see me suffer? But so I decided to go deeper. I'm not here to just crap on Amy Schumer. That's low-hanging fruit, okay? And I'm allergic to a lot of fruit. It's called oral allergy syndrome. Look it up. So I'm here to do the same format we did last time. We're looking at Amy Schumer and some other people. I decided I want to keep that a secret. I want to surprise you. Actually, it's probably on the thumbnail. That being said, follow me on Instagram. Big number, go up, make brain happy. Alright, that was a really unsettling intro there for the comedy special. It kind of looks like she's doing a police squad type intro, but with her head fast forwarded. It just looks really strange. And the comedy special is called Inside Amy Schumer, which I know that's probably on purpose as a raunchy joke with a big smiley face on the side. I don't know what this is, if it's branding or something.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Miss Amy Schumer!
One more time for that fucking amazing comedian who really is hammered.
She definitely did not know what the name was of the person that performed before her. Give it up for that amazing comedian. Yes.
Coming out. This is a big deal for me. Thank you. But are you too hot to clap? You can't. Are you hurt? So my friend sent me a porn link this morning. My friend and I will send each other porn once in a while. Just so you know if it's good or if one of the guys looks like one of our dads or something. But we're having a friendship. So she sends me this porn link. She's like, you have to watch it right now. You're gonna love it. It's porn for women. It's literally just like sex from a woman's perspective.
So Amy Schumer gets a lot of hate for being so vulgar in her comedy, and I don't think that's inherently a bad thing. I do think a common theme with mainstream, let me clarify, mainstream women comedians that get all the media attention are the ones that are hyper vulgar, and I think sometimes it becomes like a crutch. I don't think that's inherently a bad thing. Like, I don't think this is a bad setup for a joke so far.
I'm like, so what is it? Just the camera, like, looking out at the room?
Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Why am I laughing? Which, if you want to watch more comedy, you can use the sponsor of today's video, Surfshark VPN. Surfshark VPN allows you to secure your internet connection from another country and basically trick Netflix and other streaming platforms into thinking that you're in the UK when you're not, so you can indulge in Ali Wong's comedy special that isn't available in the US or Canada. Surfshark has built-in phishing protection, so when you click on that link for free nitro, Surfshark will be
Suena la poronga el ruido.
That's not free nitro, that's a free virus. Let's not do that. Surfshark is giving my lovely gatekeepers 83% off their VPN and an extra 3 months for free. And all you have to do is go to surfshark.deal/gatekeeper, which is on the screen and in the description below, and use promo code gatekeeper at checkout. All this info is in the description of the video with the link. Thank you guys so much for using the links in my videos and supporting the channel. Alright, back to the video.
What? We take care of ourselves. Like, look at all the gorgeous girls here. Look at you guys, right? We do so much. Do you guys remember? Like, do you remember bread? Do you not remember bread? It was mostly made of bread, and you would eat it and feel good. You wouldn't, like, cut yourself and cry and be like, how can I do this to America? Let's just eat bread again. Can we just stop with all this
Yeah, unfortunately the rest of this isn't very good. To me, Amy Schumer's humor just relies on these big two things, which is only talking about being a woman, only talking about vulgar stuff like sex and periods and tampons and shit. We deserve better than Amy Schumer. I know, that's coming out of the Coming out of left field here. I'm demanding better as a woman. I think we deserve better mainstream comedians. Because this isn't only an Amy Schumer problem.
God, I haven't done anything I'm supposed to do in my 30s. Like, I'm always the last one to know things aren't cool. Like, I was the last one of my friends to know it wasn't cool to drink like a homeless person anymore.
So unfortunately, watching Amy Schumer stand up isn't as fun as watching Jim Brewer. Though a lot of it was painful, as some of you made clear to me in the comments. I need that watch time. You better not skip through it. I'm here to guide you through it. I'm your tour guide for this evening. Please keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. You can't skip through. Don't skip through. If you're skipping right now because it's Amy Schumer, no. Get your ass back here.
I like to wear American Apparel. I like the marketing for American Apparel, don't you? I like the models. It always looks like a shot of the last time they were ever seen, right? Just... It looks like they're waiting for Liam Neeson in the bottom of a closet. Like, help!
That's the thing. I think the basis for this joke in particular, I'm here on the comedy police now. The basis for this joke in particular isn't bad, right? Like, I feel like that could be a funny joke, if said by anyone else. So I think maybe it's the delivery. Like, I'm trying to analyze why as a society we all collectively don't like Amy Schumer. I don't think she's a bad person. I say that and then I remember that she stole jokes from like everyone. She's probably not like a bad person though, you know? She hasn't like kicked your kitten or punched your grandma in the face. I don't think she deserves death threats. But yeah, unfortunately the most in-depth thing I can say about Amy Schumer is that we don't like her. She's not very funny.
I'm here, and pure wonders reached for the cleaner fuel. I'm in the bright lights of the shell, and in the shimmering sea. MSC cruises for a greater beauty.
Qué
Want
gané.
to save a few bucks this season? Then visit the Big O Save a Buck sales event. Right now, get up to $60 in Michelin or BF Goodrich rebate savings with installation purchase. The Save a Buck sales event. Woo! Now at Big O Tires, the team you trust.
I know some of you like Margaret Cho, and I'll try to be neutral here because I haven't watched a lot of her stuff, you know? And comedy is subjective after all, so take this with a grain of salt. This is all my opinion. This whole video is my opinion. The whole last video is my opinion. The video before that was my opinion. What are you gonna do? Leave an angry comment? I'm gonna leave 100 of the same comments so I can read the same thing over and over and over and over and over. I just have to say hi to the Asian people. A very Korean name. My Korean name is Moran. Moran! You don't want to face off with me as a Korean. I'm fucking really Korean. I really am Korean. But I have met people more Asian than me. I met a girl, her name was... I was like, oh, that's pretty. So I did laugh. And this is more of a critique, like, in general for all the minority comedians out there. It feels like a lot of the mainstream minority comedians, like maybe Margaret Cho, I haven't watched enough to judge, but like also Russell Peters will fall heavily on race humor and making fun of their own race. And I think that's important, that's fine. Same with Amy Schumer joking about being a woman.
Oh my god, are men gonna still be attracted to me?
You know, these things are relatable. Like, this is your identity. You want to share that, share your experiences through comedy. So naturally, a lot of it's gonna fall under being a woman comedy or being Asian comedy. Inherently, of course that's fine. Of course. But why can't we also joke about anything else? Like, you don't need to be the token Asian of the mainstream comics. Like, you know? Like, we can joke about being in line at a Chipotle like the white guys can. We can joke about anything. And it feels like a lot of the minorities in mainstream comedy, women included, like not just talking about race, just heavily rely on these niche themes. When you think of comedy, who do you think of? A million white guys that are on Netflix? Yeah, of course, a lot of them are funny, yeah. And then a lot of them aren't. So like, why is it not diverse enough on there? I just think we deserve more. I want more. I'm not sitting here only making jokes about being woman. Being woman, funny, haha, guys. Like, we're more than that, you know? Of course, obviously, obviously, there's value in that, like I said before. Do not misconstrue this shit on purpose. There's value in relatable comedy and delivering your experiences as an Asian, as a woman, through comedy. I'm just saying it's not our only thing. And I think whatever producers, writers need to realize that. What I'm trying to say is that I want women's stand-up comedy to be just as varied and diverse as men's, and I want better representation as a woman in stand-up. And an example of women humor only being valued as vulgar, like in the mainstream, is she just takes off her pants and moons the entire audience, which is fun. Like, I don't give a shit if you're vulgar as a woman. It just feels like a lot of the mainstream comedians who are women rely on being vulgar to stand out, to be funny, and which you don't have to. Because I like it dick in me. I'm sorry. I like getting stuffed. Alright, I'm trying to be funny, haha. Our next one is Whitney Cummings. A lot of you didn't like Whitney Cummings, although there might have been like one of you that did like Whitney Cummings, so I'm sorry to this one person. Whitney Cummings is a comedian, and she was actually in the MGK movie. If you saw my video on the MGK movie, watch that. I thought it was funny, obviously. Whitney Cummings was the manager. She was MGK's manager in the movie, trying to get him the Batman role, and I didn't find her very funny in that movie.
And you were simulating a sex scene, I could tell from that you can't fuck. You can't even fuck. I know you're bad at sex.
And I looked into more of her stuff, and this is a special. This is a comedy special. Let's look at it.
I am wearing so much makeup right now, guys. I'm like Christina Aguilera of comedy. Give it up for my makeup.
I think if you were the Christina Aguilera of comedy, I might be laughing by now.
But now that I'm a comedian, I travel so much now, and my favorite thing to do when I fly is read this magazine called Cosmopolitan. Ladies, do we read this magazine? This magazine basically teaches us how to be sluts, right? Like, there's an article there.
Do you see where I'm coming from? Do you see where I'm Whitney coming from here? Like, why do we only talk about being a woman? Like, I just think that these people revolve their entire comedic identities around being a woman, or being Asian, or being Indian, which that shtick works for some people. Like, it worked really well for Russell Peters. But when this is the only type of comedy that you see from only these types of people, it can be tiring. Like, I want something else.
And then there's a whole section, I swear to God, on sex tricks. Tricks? I don't have to do any tricks in the bedroom. I have a vagina, okay?
And men will joke about their saggy balls and shit too. Like, of course that's a big part of guy comedy as well. It's just not the entire focal point of their comedy. You don't see almost every mainstream guy comedian only joking about their balls and shit. And I'm sure like the women comedians don't only talk about being a woman as well, but it's a gigantic portion, enough for me to get tired of it. We, as in large corporations, thank you, should start platforming other extremely talented female comics that are out there and really give them the platform that they deserve, that add their voice and more variety to the space. I hope that other women can understand where I'm coming from with this. You can absolutely enjoy this type of, oh, I'm a woman and this is my women's struggles and this is the comedy. But I don't personally enjoy that.
I had a guy ask me out on a date to go get coffee. How cheap is that? He's like, hey, do you want to like maybe go get some coffee later? I was like, sure. And they were like, good coffee. This place is called a Morton Steakhouse. You piece of shit. Women are cheaper than men, though. It's not even that we're cheap. We just never expect to pay for anything.
Okay, so far we've learned from what we've looked at. The difference between men and women, women-specific problems, my ethnicity, sex, vagina. I can't think of any other bit that I've seen that isn't about that, and that saddens me. I will, of course, mention Sarah Silverman, who a lot of you did like, and I also like that as well. She doesn't seem to rely on this type of humor as much, which, again, is not wrong inherently, but it's overdone. And you'll see what I mean, because the next comedian we're watching is Lilly Singh. I know Lilly Singh isn't technically stand-up, okay, so before you comment, I know. I know she's not technically stand-up, but I thought that she shared a lot of the similarities of stand-up when she's presenting on her show, so I decided to include her, and she was highly requested. An ex-YouTuber who got her own late night show and completely did the most unfunny shit ever. It could have been huge, could have been great, could have been awesome for women in comedy. It wasn't. So Lily Singh's entire shtick throughout her getting her own late night show is, I'm a woman, I'm bi, and I'm not white. That's the entire shtick. And they focus on that so much that it feels like that's the only thing that they wanted her to talk about in the advertising and on her show.
I am so happy to be here. And by the looks of it, a lot of you are happy to be here too. Mostly the brown people because this was free to attend.
I'm pretty sure that's a Russell Peters joke.
Glad to see brown people in the audience. That's nice. Of course, you'd be here at the taping. It's free.
But I know for sure some people at home are looking at their TVs just like, is something wrong with my TV? Why are they playing Slumdog Millionaire after Seth Meyers? Hey, Middle America, I'm so glad you're here. Look, I get it, okay? I'm not your traditional talk show host. I mean, the media has mentioned I'm a bisexual woman of color so much that I feel like I need to change my name. A little long, but it has a nice ring to it. Come on, I'm more than just a bisexual woman of color, okay? It's a complete coincidence that I told the network whose logo is also the Pride flag.
Do you feel represented and super girl power hashtag girl boss? Do you? This is what I want in my media. This is what I want. Yeah, like she's making points here, and it is cool to see a bisexual woman of color get opportunities like this in the mainstream media, completely dominated by white men. Unfortunately, though, most people don't find her funny, including me. And I will say Lily Singh, I believe, does not have much or any experience in stand-up, and I believe that if she kept going with this, she would get better. I just think the overpowering direction of this episode of her show and the way they decided to market the show does not make me feel represented. It makes me feel like they're completely shoehorning her into my life. It's like, it feels superficial. It doesn't feel real.
Let's be real. Someone like me could not be here without the many successful, powerful women of color who led the way, am I right? It's so important to thank them right now. So let's give a round of applause to people like Mindy Kaling. What about Michelle Obama? And last but not least, the brown M&M. Listen, beggars can't be choosers, okay? I needed role models and my options were limited.
I feel like that could have been funny, and it wasn't, and I don't know why. Psychologically, I couldn't tell you why.
A woman? I'm especially stoked to join this group of people. Who am I gonna borrow a hair tie from? If you put every network late night host in one room together, and then add me and Hassan Minaj, we look like the IT department at their law firm Christmas party. I understand that for some people, white people, seeing someone like me host a show is terrifying. Hashtag not my person, Daily.
The delivery is just not there. It's not horrible, but it's not making me laugh. I feel like some of you might be able to relate. I don't like when companies shoehorn women into media solely for the fact to shoehorn it in and say, look how progressive we are. We have a woman Captain Marvel, which, hey, so cool. Why can't Captain Marvel be a woman? That sounds awesome, okay? And then I watched Captain Marvel, and there was one scene that made me give out the longest sigh because I was dying of cringe. I was embarrassed to be a woman. And it was the scene when Captain Marvel, Brie Larson, just had enough. She was beat down, and at this point, this is her rise up. And it was a compilation, not a compilation, what's it called? A compilation of clips of her as a little girl falling off her tricycle and getting back up again, and then her playing sports and getting back up again. And it just felt like the most hashtag girl boss, girl power thing I've ever seen. And it was painful, and I hated it.
Better, faster, cheaper. You can only pick two, right? Well, Intercom's AI is here to change that for customer service. Our AI can accurately resolve problems 10 times faster, which makes customer satisfaction soar. And at only 99 cents per resolution, your team can handle more questions for less. Better, faster, cheaper. Go ahead, pick all three. Intercom. AI first customer service.
If you're living with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis or active psoriatic arthritis, symptoms can sometimes hold back. But now there's Skyrizi, so you can be all in, clear skin.
Things are getting clearer. Yeah, I feel free. To bend my skin, yeah, that's for me. Nothing is everything.
With Skyrizi, you can show up with 90% clear skin. And if you have psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi can help you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infection. Lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clear skin and better movement, and that means everything. Now's the time. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Learn how AbbVie can help you save.
Mulan is awesome. I love Mulan. It didn't feel shoehorned, even though it probably was, let's be real, it's Disney. But it was a good story. But it didn't feel like hashtag girl boss, you can't touch me now, hashtag doing Excel sheets as a woman. And I don't know what the difference is between Captain Marvel feeling shoehorned and Mulan feeling authentic. I did figure it out, actually. This is editing, Gabby, here. This could be a topic for a whole other video, so keep it short. It's that Captain Marvel just felt like a stoic man. Like, they give masculine traits to women to make them seem, like, cool and powerful and shit, but they're not actually vulnerable like real people, like Mulan or the characters in the Ghibli movies. It's not real. But one feels a lot more authentic than the other. When a character happens to be a woman, and they're put through situations and they act like any other human would, it's awesome. But when media just forces you to say, oh, this is a woman, we're gonna focus on her being a woman, and this is a woman, guys, do you feel represented? This is a woman, you should feel represented. Then it's like, I hate this, and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed. For example, all the Ghibli movies that have strong female leads. Those are so sick. I love those movies.
Damsel in distress who waits for the strong man to come and save the day in many films. However, Miyazaki goes against that and depicts independent and strong and vulnerable girls.
A lot of guys like those movies. They're not shoehorning and shoving in your face, hey, this is a woman, guys. It's a woman. Look how progressive we are. It's authentic and it's real and it's an awesome story. Or even the Zelda franchise doesn't feel like a damsel in distress waiting for her knight to save her. It just feels like a fun, good story, and Zelda even helps out sometimes and fights and helps Link on his journey. But this, Lily Singh in the late night show doesn't feel authentic. And it's not funny.
Maybe I shouldn't be joking about this because, I mean, one of the biggest fears of white America...
Alright, enough of me ranting. I want to show you guys something super fucking cringe, because it's funny. So for the promotion of the late night show with Lily Singh, they put together this advertisement, maybe announcement, I think, of the show. And oh my god, it is the most wild show announcement I've ever seen. It made me genuinely laugh out loud, but not in the way that they wanted me to.
Slot, is it?
Hey, sorry I'm late.
Hey, welcome. So excited to talk about your new show.
Sorry.
So, Lily, for your first episode, we're thinking you enter in a nice gray suit.
Gray? I prefer something a little more colorful. Obviously.
Obviously, because I'm bi.
So we're thinking opening monologue where you cover headlines, news of the week, presidential tweets.
That's not really my style, you know? I was thinking I could actually share my perspective, especially being a woman and all.
Is your perspective not my perspective?
No?
I'm not sure if people will relate to that.
I'm not sure that I'm related to 10 seasons of Friends.
What's not to understand about Friends? They were on a break!
Could that show be any more relatable?
How are you doing?
Guys, I just want to be myself.
Are we just yelling what we want to be?
I want to be Adam Levine. I want to have his job.
It's so cringe. No group of human beings would act like this, and that's why it's so funny.
This never happened.
Oh, you know what? Let it play.
Uh-oh. Yeah, baby, that's right.
Hello, my name is Lily, and I ain't a white man. Your skin got some color, and it ain't a spray tan. I know you used to only Jimmy's in the spotlight, but I'ma throw some melanin up in your late night. Now, America, this is you, but I'm your late night host. This used to be a...
That's right, we get a dance number and a sing number. We get a music video out of this about her being a brown woman of color. See what I mean? Can you talk about literally anything else? I would love to hear your thoughts on literally anything else.
Boys club, but I'm knocking down the doors. Time to switch it up in here, cause now a lady runs the show. I'm about to lead the way for y'all. My pedicure, cause
hold on.
Only lady in late night is cool, but at night I'm trying to be the only lady who controls the thermostat. New moms and dads, you should both get a paid leave. And if your baby hungry, got a room for you to breastfeed wherever you need. On sat at a desk, go while you read. Your body, your choice, and the baby got a egg. My writer's room look like a mini United Nations. More than 50% women and people of all races. And that's not because I had to, it's because I could. This when you stand there, so take notes. Hollywood, see this show is for everyone. There's no us, them, or other. I ain't talking about Donald unless his last name is Glover. I'm about to spice up your life, so if you wanna be my lover, I will be an LGBT. I'll take Sandra and her brother. Ain't no damn for
They had like a whole choreography for this and everything. It's wild. So yeah, the lyrics kind of sound like they were written by her, probably. There's just no nuance to it. It's very like, take notes, Hollywood. This is the new standard. I'm a woman of color. Can't tell no other. I'm gonna host a show, so you better get low. Cause this place is for equality. Baby moms and wannabe, the Spice Girls. Of all different colors, we got cinnamon and oregano. That's right, baby. Taking control.
If she want it, work for it, then you best believe she got it. If they do the same job, same money, and they wallet. I was born in the hood, but a nice hood because it was Canada. So on my show we say pop, not soda inside my cannon. My parents are from India, so when you go to my crafty, they know to call it just chai, not silly chai.
It's like NBC saying, look guys, look, we're platforming a brown woman of color. She's checking all the boxes. Now we don't have to hire anyone else. We don't need to hire someone in the LGBTQIA plus community. We don't need to hire another brown person. She's got all the boxes. We get her, we're good. We're good on the minority checklist, okay?
Boys, yo, catch my heel. You get my point?
So a maroon suit then?
Cue my intro.
If some dude can do a whole comedy skit on waiting in the line at Chipotle or existing at a gas station, we deserve more variety in women's stand-up. Even the good ones that you guys have given me. A lot of them talked about important things like motherhood and being a woman. I just want more variety, I think. And I'll go ahead and watch more of the good ones that you guys have given me. I know that I've missed a lot because all of this is just coming from a place of wanting the space to be better, because as of right now, when you think of women comedian, who do you think of? Amy Schumer. And I want that to change, okay? And you can't just take Amy Schumer stand up and say all women aren't funny, because holy shit, that's so dumb and wrong, okay? There's so many funny women that exist. We have Aubrey Plaza, Amy Poehler, Tina Fey, Ali Wong, Sarah Silverman, Taylor Tomlinson, Joan Rivers, Leslie Jones, Jenny Slate, Tig Notaro, Wanda Sykes, Tiffany Haddish, Aparna Nancherla, and I hate that one white woman just ruined it for the rest of us, alright? And I know this video is probably not going to change anyone's mind who believes that women aren't funny, because why the fuck are you here? Subscribe. But I just wanted to look at this a little more analytically. Again, there's nothing wrong with talking about your struggles as a woman or the ethnicity that you are portrayed through comedy. Not at all. Nothing wrong with it. It can be your shtick. Fine, I don't give a shit. It's just when that's the only thing you see in the mainstream, you're like, there's gotta be more than this, right? There's gotta be more. So I hope my point got across. I hope I wasn't offensive. I didn't mean to be. Comedy is subjective, and overall, none of these women that I showed you today are as bad as this guy. special announcement. I am dropping a song. You guys remember the Charlie Puth video and the song that I showed you at the end that I was working on? Well, I finally finished it, and it's coming out in August, so make sure you follow me on Spotify. The music video we're doing this week, we're filming it this week, and I'm so excited. It's gonna be such a fun time. I'm so excited to drop this song because I've been working on it for so long. So make sure you follow me on Spotify, follow me on my socials so you don't miss it. I'm so pumped. Bye. Never did for me. I'm just playing games. I know it's plastic.
It's not often a phonetic term becomes virtually a household word, but vocal fry is...
All right, well, it seems like you're busy with something because you're forgetting to cut your son's hair. Look at him. He is beautiful, but look at his hair. When are you going to cut that hair?
Do you have a problem with that?
No, I don't have a problem. That is some long hair.
You know, I have to say, it's amazing, right? You cut some people shave the head of their children. And people say, oh, isn't that terrible? Well, I don't even cut my son's hair, and they say, oh my God, when is she gonna cut her son's hair?
Right.
You know? Whatever I will do, I won't please everyone.
Right.
But are you still considered the fat guy when you go to a party or anything? Because I run into that a whole lot. I'm the fat one. So are you the fat guy in Hollywood still? Or does everybody like look at you and they're like, oh wow, you know, this is great, now you're healthy?
Do you have any other questions that are smart? I didn't know that I was coming up here just now. They picked me. I'm not kidding. They're like, you just have to take this picture in this room, and I went in there, and then they just ushered me in here, so hi, here I am. Sue, are you part of this? So what's going on?
Joaquin, directly in front of you, Chris with GMA Philippines. The movie obviously is about the Joker, but it goes beyond that. It's really about the mental state he was in. Can you tell me a little bit about what research or what kind of what you did to prepare for this? Because this was really an intense performance. What was kind of the process of getting into that mindset?
Isn't this old news? Isn't this old news? Didn't I tell you I've talked about this for 6 months? What? I mean, right? I mean, I feel like I answer these questions. You wanted to get into like a different, you want to hear a different version of it? I try and change it slightly, or what should I do?
Where do you see the character going if you come back?
What do you mean? Why? Huh? What do you mean, why?
I think there is some criticism that says, like, he's obviously going right into sequel, sort of just predictable and might undermine the exact reason why the film is so unique. I'm not.
No, I don't care who's saying it. I mean, it's awesome. I love it. Whoever says it. Have you guys been here all night sitting in here?
Yeah.
Is it all right, or is it awful? Are you bored? Like, do they bring you food? Do you have drinks? Like, no, nothing? Yes, the food? Okay. There's more space in here than there was in there. So, I'm not kidding. So, maybe you're doing all right. And my publicist is telling me I just need to go home. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much.
Okay, were you asked to physically transform at all as Princess Leia? I heard they asked you to lose weight.
They did. They always do. They want to hire part of me, not all of me. So they want to hire about 3/4.
Uh-huh.
And so I have to get rid of the 4th somehow.
So
The 4th
was this
can't
before
be
the
with
first
me.
movie or before the Bronze?
I made a joke.
Sorry.
The 4th can't be with me.
Oh, the 4th can't be with you. That's...
And I made it up just then.
You just made it
Never
just
mind.
now?
Yeah, just for you.
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait!
Is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join. And here I am.
They're celebrating.
You gotta admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside. Do you believe in icons?
Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons have the power to make change, to think differently, to be bold, to inspire others? Artistry? You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha! Yeah. You shut her down now.
Yeah, and people love to laugh. I mean, clearly that's why people love you. But they also know that you have some shock value to you. I mean, you're on the cover of your book. You're wearing a fur, and you knew that there would probably be animal rights activists. This whole interview is becoming a defensive interview. No! Are you wearing leather shoes? Yeah, shut up. I'm talking. You know what I mean? I don't want to hear. You're wearing fur. You're wearing leather shoes. I'm not an activist. You're eating chicken. You're eating meat. I don't want to hear this nonsense. Come to me with a paper belt, and I'll talk to you.
To work with each other, two beautiful ladies like you, two beautiful women, it's very hard to do this acting, especially on those days.
What do you mean? Because we love beautiful art?
Yeah, because sometimes on those days, you start to be angry, to be furious, you keep fighting on each other. On those days, it's not so hard sometimes.
Yeah, I think
especially on those days.
I think there is some like stereotypes maybe that women are very catty on set with each other, but that doesn't really happen on our set.
Just you wondering in this question.
Oh, because I think that I can't tell. There's I feel like it's accidentally maybe a little bit misogynistic because it's like, you're so beautiful. What's it like having to do all that acting? I can't tell if that's the question, but if it is, it's the thing. Despite the great beauty on the show, everybody is, professional and talented and very capable. So I don't think that really anybody's thinking about something as meaningless as their beauty when they're at work, or certainly not this show.
It's kind of becoming a bit of a sex symbol, which for some of your fans is kind of weird because they've seen you growing up on screen and now you're not, So how do you feel?
I don't know. If anyone sees me that way, I'm delighted. That's awesome. Around the time of What If, the rom-com coming out, a lot of people were saying, you're really unconventional romantic lead. And so eventually I got bored of hearing that and I kind of picked someone up on it. So I was like, what about me is unconventional? Just exactly, tell me. And she said, well, I think it's probably the fact that, we associated you with playing Harry and a young boy for so long. And my immediate response was, well, the male population has had no problem sexualizing Emma Watson immediately.
The fall on the way up to the stage, was that on purpose? Absolutely.
Was it a fall? What happened?
What do you mean what happened? Look at my dress. I tried to walk upstairs in this dress. That's what happened. I don't actually, I think I just stepped on the fabric and they waxed the stairs.
And if you can choose between being a god or a fish, what would you choose and which fish would you like to be? Sorry, I shouldn't ask those questions. I'm sorry about that.
Sorry, I don't know. I don't want to be God. But maybe I'd love to be God's fish.
That's cool. We're almost writing poetry right now.
Yeah, almost. Not really.
It's not really good poetry, but it sounds like poetry.
Did you shoot Greedo first, or did Greedo shoot you first?
I don't care.
I just wanted to show the legs, because as I was telling you ahead of time, you're going to walk home with more than maybe just a trophy tonight. I think lots of men. I'm not going to walk home with any men tonight. I'm gonna go hang out with my friends, and then I go home to the cat.
If you could use makeup or your phone one last time, which one would you pick? Makeup or your phone?
Is this what you think girls have trouble choosing?
Yeah. Can you really go anywhere without your cell phone?
Yes.
How long can you go without looking at
Many hours.
Hours?
Many hours.
I don't believe it.
Absolutely, I have to do it. When I'm at a dinner table, I like to be present and talking.
Good quality.
Eye contact.
Ladies learn. Yeah. Listen and learn, ladies.
Boys learn.
Oh.
it right now. We got our.
Have you seen the new?
Boys and girls, we can all learn. Things are clearly going brilliantly in your career. I just wondered if you are as happy in your private life. And will we be seeing a certain Mr. Ashton Kutcher perhaps making a trip over here?
How disappointing was that question?
Should we move on to another one?
Absolutely.
I think that was the question. We're gonna move on. I think
I'm happy and I'm single. If that's what you're really asking.
So is that really coming up like soon or something? It's in a week. Oh shoot! See, this is all. I need to stay on the internet more. So,
I was hoping that we would hear.
why would you think I'm inviting?
I don't know. You met him.
Okay, you met me. You think you were gonna come to my wedding? Am I coming to yours?
I mean, you'll get the invite.
Oh, girl. Okay, well then maybe I should feel awake.
Lasted how long? 9 years, 180 episodes. You gave it up, right? I did. So they didn't cancel you. You canceled them. You're not aware of this? No, I'm asking you. You think I got canceled? Are you under the impression that I got canceled?
Have I hurt your Jerry?
Given interviews you've done in the past, your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about? What is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why? Thank you.
Okay.
Now, were you able to wear undergarments?
You're the fifth person that's asked
no, because
What is going on? Since when did people start asking each other about injuries about their underwear?
No, this is not a...
Is what I...
Well, is it inappropriate?
To ask somebody what kind of underpants they wear?
I didn't ask you what kind.
You just asked me if I was wearing any.
Oh.
Look amazing.
Hello, wow.
Gorgeous.
Thank you so much.
You look like you just come off like an island or something. You're very tan, very tropical.
I mean, you know, I'm ethnic.
Me too. So,
allowing yourself to just be a woman. Was the whole process painful physically for you to make this, because there's a lot of surgery involved, a lot of drugs involved, obviously, hormones, etc.
Yeah.
Was it challenging in that way?
I just did my nose. I got my breast done. Just little things that I've always wanted to do. The medication.
You still your private parts are different now, aren't they?
I don't want to talk about it because it's really personal, and I don't know. I'd rather talk about my mom and stuff. I'd rather talk about being a W and being maybe an Italian Vogue and doing fun stuff and showing people that after the transition, there's still life to live.
And what are you looking for in the next man? Pardon? What are you looking for in a man now? To wear this clothes?
I'm not looking for a man. Let's start there.
The Tony Stark character, and did you learn anything throughout the 3 movies that you made? And to Scarlett, to getting into the shape of Black Widow, did you have anything special to do in terms of the diet? Eat some specific food or that sort of thing?
Like, how come you get like the really interesting like existential question and I get the like rabbit food question?
But here he is, interviewing Anne Hathaway. Apparently, there was a picture taken of her when she was getting out of a car at some type of premiere. The guy taking the picture got really loved. Took a picture of her crotch, essentially.
Wardrobe malfunction. The other night. What's the lesson learned from something like that, other than that you keep smiling, which you always do?
Well, it was obviously an unfortunate incident. I think it kind of made me sad on 2 accounts. One was that I was very sad that we live in an age when someone takes a picture of another person in a vulnerable moment and rather than delete it and do the decent thing, sells it. And I'm sorry that we live in a culture that commodifies sexuality of unwilling participants, which brings us back to Les Mis, because that's what my character is. She is someone who is forced to sell sex to benefit her child because she has nothing and there's no social safety net. And so let's get back to Les Mis.
The most creative turns of a question I have ever heard, and I'm going to take it at that. That's fine.
You are in phenomenal shape.
Thank you.
You had to make sure you were in perfect shape for this one, didn't you?
It was about being able to do the stunts and the fighting perfectly.
What was that suit like? It had to be comfortable to wear, but it looked like it was so form-fitting, wasn't it?
It was fine. I think Christian had it worse in the bat suit than I did. I didn't have my ears covered.
Is there a certain regimen you put yourself through in terms of the diet, the workout? What is the feline fitness regime?
It's just watch what you eat and get yourself to the gym.
Any particular
Are you
workout?
trying to lose weight? What's the deal, man? You look great.
No.
No, seriously, we have to talk about this. What do you want? Are you trying to fit into a cat suit?
How frustrating is it when you're linked to another Hollywood star, and even if you barely met them?
Very frustrating. Almost as frustrating as being asked about it.
Yeah, you don't like going there.
I mean, what's the point?
Wondering about, do you have a penis or not? You know, my beautiful vagina is very offended by that question. Really? So you got a vagina? Now we all know that. Thank you.
Has something changed in the last 5 or 10 years for women in comedy? Because there used to be this myth that, women can't be as funny as men. I don't know if you've ever...
This question is boring.
I'm sorry.
Women who get really offended by people who say that women aren't funny or just they're probably not funny. You know what I mean? Like, who cares? If, like,
Ahorra de 20-60% de descuento en precios de otras tiendas en Ross.
10,000 years before the birth of Paul Atreides, we founded a sisterhood. Valia Harkonnen, you are the strongest among us.
Without spice, the great houses would feed me to the north. The troubles are far greater than just our actors.
Let us rip you in these witches forever.
Duna la Profecía, streaming exclusivamente en Max.
Sometimes, celebrities just have to put rude interviewers in their place, like when Matthew McConaughey had a tense face-off with Joy Behar after she interrupted him just to insult his close personal friend, tennis champion Novak Djokovic.
I was happy to be in his podcast, sit behind his parents, which was really awesome to see them when he brings them up and where they started. I'm anti-vaxxer.
Things only got worse when McConaughey's political aspirations came up, with Behar nearly derailing the actor's campaign before it even began.
Do you think you could get elected in Texas being anti-gun?
Do I think I could get elected in Texas being anti-gun? One thing about if me in politics is to give you a direct statement right there is playing a game that I'm not interested in. Okay. To give you a direct statement right there.
From that moment, McConaughey's aggravation became unmistakable, much like Tom Cruise's reaction when an interviewer posed intrusive questions about his then-recent divorce from actress Nicole Kidman.
Was Nicole the love of your life?
What do you mean?
You were married for 10 years.
Listen, we raised children.
After failing to read the room, the interviewer continued with yet another prying question, prompting Cruise to decisively shut him down.
And do you have a relationship where you talk, it's a parenting relationship, and talk professionally about each other's
work? Listen, here's the thing, Peter. Yeah. You're stepping over a line now. You're stepping over a line. You know you are.
Well, I suppose they're questions Peter, that people want to know.
Peter, you want to know. Take responsibility for what you want to know. Don't say what other people. This is a conversation that I'm having with you right now.
You're right.
Okay, so I'm just telling you right now. Okay, just put your manners back in.
Nevertheless, few celebrities have endured greater public humiliation than actress Lindsay Lohan, who was openly mocked about her personal and legal troubles during this widely criticized interview with David Letterman.
Aren't you supposed to be in rehab now?
And how long will you be in rehab?
3 months.
How many times have you been in rehab?
Several.
And how will this time be different? What are they rehabbing, first of all? What is on their list? What are they going to work on when you walk through the door?
We didn't discuss this in the pre-interview.
No.
The actress appeared on the show to promote her upcoming movie, but found herself desperately trying to steer the interview back on track as Letterman persistently made cruel jokes at her expense.
You have to be in rehab May 2nd. Are you going to be there? You'll be there, right? Who's taking you to rehab? You don't want to talk about that either, right?
Oh, God.
When you go to the rehab, what do they do?
We're here for a movie.
We have to what?
Let's stay on the positive.
Oh,
aside from that side of the positive.
Yeah. All right.
Now.
Things got so bad that Lohan was actually on the verge of tears, with her voice noticeably shaking as she struggled to maintain her composure.
No, but I don't want people to think that I'm making a joke of that.
No, you shouldn't make a joke
I'm not.
because this could be good for you. It will be good for you.
Yeah, it will.
Yeah. Have you been to this place?
No, it's not like a joking matter.
No.
But the bullying doesn't stop there, as actor Jonah Hill has faced numerous jokes about his weight in various interviews over the years.
Jonah, do you think it's important to be unattractive to be funny? Can skinny people be funny?
What the man? You know, I don't understand. Can you just ask a normal question?
Are you the fat guy in Hollywood still, or is everybody like look at you and they're like, oh wow, you know, this is great, now you're healthy?
Any other questions?
First of all, you smell good, which is surprising.
Why is that surprising?
I don't know. I just wouldn't think of a guy who would have a nice scent on.
That's such a I'm gonna really work hard to not take that as.
First of all, you smell good, which is surprising.
Why is that surprising?
I don't know. I just wouldn't think of a guy who would have a nice scent on, and
that's such a I'm gonna really work hard to not take that as a shot. You know what I mean?
Similarly, Mad Men's Christina Hendricks hates it when interviewers make comments about her body, with the actress once even shutting down an interview over such a remark.
You have been an inspiration as a full-figured woman. What is the most inspiring story that you can remember where you've inspired someone? I don't know. I don't know. I'm sorry.
Despite the awkward moment, the host would make yet another attempt to discuss the actress's figure. However, this time, Hendricks firmly puts her in her place.
You've been known as an inspiration for women, as being a full figure. What is the most... I mean, you just said it again. It's just sort of...
But when it comes to shutting down inappropriate questions...
You've been known as an inspiration for women, as being a full figure. What is the most... I mean, you just said it again. It's just sort of...
But when it comes to shutting down inappropriate questions, perhaps no one does it better than Tom Hardy, whose 2015 exchange with an intrusive reporter spread like wildfire online.
Your own sexuality seems a bit more ambiguous. Do you find it hard for celebrities to talk to media about their sexuality?
What on earth are you on about?
Despite his visible agitation, Hardy kept his cool, with many commending the actor for the way he assertively set boundaries around his personal life.
But what is your question?
I was wondering if you find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality.
I don't find it difficult for celebrities to talk about their sexuality. Are you asking me about my sexuality?
Sure.
Why? Thank you.
Okay.
But if you thought that clip was cringe-inducing, just wait until you see how Hardy handled another disrespectful interviewer in this next painfully awkward segment.
I have a question for Tom Hardy. Tom, I'll preface my remarks by saying that I have 5 sisters, a wife, a daughter, and a mother, so I know what it's like to be outgunned by estrogen. But I just wanted to ask you, as you were reading the script, did you ever think, why are all these women in here? I thought this was supposed to be a man's movie.
No. Not for 1 minute. That's kind of obvious.
Hardy's co-star in The Dark Knight Rises, Anne Hathaway, would also have to silence a rude reporter who appeared to have an unusual fixation on her physical fitness.
You are in phenomenal shape.
Thank you.
You're very... You're always great shape, but you had to make sure you were in perfect shape for this one, didn't you?
It wasn't about being in perfect shape, it was about being able to do the stunts and the fighting perfectly.
As the interviewer persisted in questioning Hathaway about her physique, she grew increasingly frustrated.
Is there a certain regimen you put yourself through in terms of the diet, the workout? What is the feline fitness regime?
A lot. It's all the boring stuff that no one ever wants to do. It's just watch what you eat and get yourself to the gym.
Any particular workout?
Are you trying to lose weight?
Well,
what's the deal, man? You look great.
No.
No, seriously. We have to talk about this. What do you want? Are you trying to?
Yet it would be the notoriously hot-tempered chef, Gordon Ramsay, who would unleash his wrath on a gotcha journalist, attempting to ambush him with photos of an allegedly unsatisfactory steak served at one of Ramsay's restaurants.
It's really weird for you to give me a piece of paper, and when you say, am I satisfied that it's a good steak, you have to be a little bit more honest with me on that one. What are you trying to get at?
Ramsay confronted the reporter for the underhanded tactic and expertly explained why ordering a steak well done is just plain wrong.
But you asked the steak to be cooked well done.
And is that a well-done steak?
Oh, come on. What is this? I mean, where can you, I mean, keep on rolling. For legal reasons, this is absolutely crucial. But how sad is this, that you asked for a steak to be cooked well done, okay? Now, whatever quality of beef it is, it's gone past any form of taste when you've cooked it well done. So you present me with a picture, God bless you, and you say, is that right? I don't eat steak well done. That's your prerogative because you're the customer. But unfortunately, you're never going to identify the quality of a beef when the steak is well cooked. So I'm really sorry to piss on your bonfire, but it's a bit of a stupid question. Thank you. Can I give you a paper back?
I thought it was an intelligent interview.
Things got highly personal in this next interview when actor Michael B. Jordan recognized a reporter who just so happened to be a former classmate who had bullied him before he rose to fame.
And we know each other. We go way back all the way to Chad Science in Newark, okay?
Right?
No, I did not say that. Misquoted for sure. No, you did not hear me say so. I said we used to make fun of the name. But yeah, he is obviously killing things out here.
The situation somehow got even more awkward when Jordan's Creed 3 co-star Jonathan Major showed up, with the interviewer quickly making him uncomfortable.
Isn't this the sexiest man show off right now? Who's the sexiest man? Because now
Speaking of bullies, recent years have seen numerous reports about Ellen DeGeneres' alleged toxic behavior backstage, which makes this clip of actress Dakota Johnson putting her in her place all the more satisfying.
Watch this before drinking plant-based milks.
Oat milk latte.
Protein in oats acts almost exactly like gluten. And oats in this country, even organic oats, have glyphosate Roundup. It's pure sugar and pure lectin. Maybe you want it.
What about almond milk?
The skin of almonds has a really nasty lectin that will tear up your gut and hurt your health.
What if
Turned 30. I did. And how was the party? I wasn't invited.
Actually, no, that's not the truth, Ellen. You were invited. Last time I was on the show, last year, you gave me a bunch of about not inviting you, but I didn't even know you wanted to be invited.
Well, who doesn't want to be invited to a party?
Well, I didn't even know you liked me.
Of course I like you. You knew I liked you. You've been on the show many times, and don't I show like?
Yeah. But I did invite you and you didn't come. So.
This time you invited me?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
How do you know? I don't think so.
Ask everybody.
Johnson humiliated DeGeneres like no one has before, sparking media speculation about the true nature of their relationship due to the tense exchange.
But Tig Notaro performed at your party? She did a set?
She did. It was a surprise.
What did she do?
A bunch of funny stuff.
She's hilarious.
She's my favorite comedian. Other than you.
This next clip is undoubtedly the most bizarre, as Jim Carrey would completely shut down a reporter attempting to interview him at New York Fashion Week 2017, with the actor launching into a rant that has since become infamous.
I didn't read any of this, so I find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
mean, you gotta admit it's completely meaningless.
Although the reporter tried to provide context for the event to Carrie, he would scoff at her explanation, expressing his disbelief in fashion icons or in anything else for that matter.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating icons, boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist. I don't believe in icons. I don't believe in personalities. I believe that peace lies beyond personality, beyond invention and disguise, beyond the red S that you wear on your chest that makes
Boludo, ¿qué onda, man?
I believe that it's deeper than that. I
No,
believe
no,
we're
no.
a field of energy dancing for itself. And I don't care.
Carrie later explained